cinephiles, film enthusiasts, and relaxation seekers. My name is Cinephile ASMR, and today we are going to be reading a very renowned, unique take on the caped figure that we all know as Superman. But before we do, if you are familiar or new here, either way, I am Cinephile ASMR, your go-to one-stop shop for all things movies, pop culture, tingles, and everything in between. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, because we're going to be really experimenting with a lot of different types of videos, with this in specific being the first of its kind. I love comic books. I love graphic novels. Sometimes I can't really distinguish what the difference is. I think people kind of just say they read graphic novels in comic books to make themselves feel better. I don't know. I love to read them though. They to me are the bridge from books and novels and movies put into the greatest grouping of people, minds, and visionaries to tell wonderfully cathartic stories. And of course, I am in the midst of Superman fever. So I really wanted to kind of take you along because I have not read All Star Superman and I really held off. I was nervous. I was like, man, I don't know if I can wait to record and read this with you because I really wanted to. But I held off. So here we are. Now, this is not going to be the setup for the whole video. I just wanted to show my face in the beginning because this obviously is a very different setup and getup than what I typically do. But we are going to be reading. My hope is, because this is 12 issues, a little under 300 pages, and I'm not going to try to blitz through it. We're going to do it a very different way than I would typically read comics on my own, which is I read the pages and then I almost read each page again with just the visuals. But we will read together, and after every issue, I will kind of go back, refer back to some of my favorite points or moments, or just overall thoughts. Because I've heard this is a little bit of a more denser read, if you will. I have no idea what it's even about, but I have all the faith in Grant Morrison. I haven't really read anything that Frank Quitely has done or what their contributions to different comics that they've done is. It's going to be a blast, though. So, even if you're not a comic book purveyor, take this opportunity to get cozy, get comfy, get a drink, a beverage, because we are going to be diving into all things Clark Kent, Superman, Lois, Lex Luthor, I would assume. But yeah, I'm going to turn to just doing the comic now. You won't be seeing this beautiful mug, but you'll be hearing the crispy, angelic voice, along with the incredible stories that we're going to be getting into. Wonderful, my friends. So, as I stated, the goal tonight is to get about halfway. This is 12 issues long, so we're going to get through 1 through 6. I have never read this before. It is going to be my very first time with you. Every reveal, every moment, every beat will be experienced raw and fresh. Okay? So this I will also be using kind of to guide. If you get lost, I will guide us together. This is All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely. This is the compact version. I am sort of familiar with DC's effort in trying to make it as accessible, compactable as possible. I'm very excited. This right here is the spine. This is the spine the long way. And then here is the back. The 12 Labors of Superman. Interesting. Combining their singular talents to create a new and brilliant vision of the Man of Steel, legendary comic storytellers Grant Morrison, Arkham Asylum, and Frank Quitely, The Authority, are reunited with their WE3 collaborator Jamie Grant for one of the greatest Superman stories ever imagined, featuring Lex Luthor, Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, Bizarro, and more. From topsy-turvy madness on the backward Bizarro planet to a living sun hell-bent on destroying humanity, this epic volume filled with heartfelt nods and winks to legendary tales reminds us why Superman is the most renowned character in comic book mythology. Collects the complete 12-issue run of All-Star Superman. Alright, my friends, I think we are locked and loaded, ready to start this. So get as comfortable as possible, get a beverage, a snack. I'm going to go through this each issue without having commentary. Forgive me for any moments of difficulty pronouncing or enunciating. I know with otherworldly stories, they kind of tend to throw some unique jargon, but I will try my best. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Beautiful. All-Star Superman with all the individuals involved. Cover by Frank Quitely with Jamie Grant. Episode 1, titled Faster. Doomed planet. Desperate scientists. Last hope. Kindly couple. Here we have a shot of Superman next to the sun, I would imagine. Gravity shields are shattering. We're falling into a sunspot the size of South America. Temperatures will reach 40 million degrees when we hit the convection zone. We were grown with zero fear genes, Mr. Quintum, but you, fear is the sauce on the steak of life, Floral. I promised I'd bring back a spoonful of sun, and I refuse to let a little thing like engine failures hold me back. Leo's not quite ready to die yet. Perhaps not, but I am. See, I just remembered something. I'm a genetically modified suicide bomb in human form. Death, courtesy of Lex Luthor. Superman is through the corona, but the conditions aboard the Ray Bradbury are deteriorating. There can't be much time. I know he arrived on Earth from the planet Krypton. I know every cell in his body is a living solar battery, evolved to store raw energy from the sun. But the temperature at the solar chromosphere is 6,000 Fahrenheit. Superman saves first manned sun mission. I said, how big is it? I have no idea, Lois dear. I'd say quite literally enormous from where I'm standing. Philanthropist Leo Quintum, who set out to map the sun. Superman rescues sun mission? We don't know that yet. Lois, he's 93 million miles away, and I'm right here with a heart that's true. I always write the Superman headlines before they happen, Steve. If you don't know how big the sun is, go away. It's as big as 333,000 Earths. Imagine 100 billion H-bombs exploding in your face, Miss Lane, per second. I looked it up on my super watch. You're a killjoy, Jimmy Olsen. Lex told the world he had reformed, and for some reason the whole world believed him and doubted us. I don't have to tell you I'm proud of every one of you who stuck by the planet's integrity in its darkest hour. But Lex Luthor died like he always like he always lied. Investing heavily in water, damming more than 15 rivers, with intent to profit from a global water shortage brought about by the tampering with the sun. This is tomorrow's front page. We're breaking the story of the century. I'm approaching critical mass. Lex, are you talking to yourself again? Fusion will occur in 30 seconds. Lex, I've just had a call from one of our people in Washington. He said something about journalists. Excuse me, General. I'm remote controlling a weapon with a voice command sequence I designed. The signal takes 9 minutes to reach the sun. I had to time my transmission exactly. The sun? Luther, we released you from jail to work for us, for your country. Well, I've tried to be a model citizen, General Lane. I know I promised I wouldn't waste my intellect on kryptonite robots and elaborate super death traps. I know that. The magnetic seals are imploding. SOS, somebody help us. But 3 months ago, I looked in the mirror at those nasty little spider webs of lines around my eyes, and I realized something. Nobody can help you here. I'm approaching critical mass. I'm getting older, and he isn't. Fusion will occur in 30. Not if I can help it. So if I want to die happy, it's time to get serious about killing Superman, don't you think? The purpose of my existence is to explode. You have no right to limit my ambitions, fascist. No right at all to stand in the way of my self-realization. You misunderstand. I'm here to help you with that. Blow the hatch, Quintum. Wow. Superman is shielding us by extending his own bioelectric field. It seems impossible. Only nothing is impossible, Flora. We've run exhaustive tests. You're now pushing against the equivalent of 200 quintillion tons, Superman. I'd say your strength has tripled, at least, and we still haven't found an upper limit. You manifested one new superpower, and others may appear. That's the good news. Superman, I'm not sure how to tell you this. Tell me straight. Your trip to the sun exposed you to critical levels of stellar radiation, more raw energy than your cells are able to process efficiently. Ap- ap- Apoptosis has begun. Cell death. There can be only one outcome, even for you. I see it like tiny fireworks below my skin. At least this explains the weird bioelectric discharges. What a bizarre irony if the source of my powers winds up killing me when everything else has failed. Our own scan of your cells shows them supersaturated with solar radiation bursting from within. Superman, I am so sorry. If I hadn't tried to steal fire from the sun, none of this would have happened. You risked everything to save my crew and me. But Luther has used us to kill you. I'm trying to escape from a doom world too, Superman. It's called the PRST. When I resurrected the DNA project and directed it towards the engineering of new human forms, I had one goal in mind. Don't worry, my partner Agatha only wants to read your DNA. She's one of our sensitives, genetically attuned to all life. Oh, it's like Bach. If only we could find a way to crack the Krypton code, we could grow a second Superman. Photosynthetic giants, bizarro worker drones. I dedicated project resources towards building a new race of superhumans in case anything ever happened to you. Smart thinking. One of our Voyager Titans, mentally prepping himself for centuries of deep space exploration. The blue skin is typical of these anaerobic meganthropes. His blood is 80% liquid nitrogen, and of course, normal restrictions on human size and anatomy just don't apply in weightless conditions. At the other end of the scale, genetically modified project nanonauts are unlocking the mysteries of the cell, the atom, and the infinitesimal, infinitesimal yoctosphere. We're building outposts of tomorrow right here in the now. You inspired it, Superman. All of this. And I promise we'll find a way to save you or to replace you if we have to. Thanks. There's always a way. No one must know. Not yet. There are things I have to do first. Great Caesar's ghost. Wait, he said. Exclusive interview, he said. Clark Kent is fired in 5 seconds. 3, 2, hold the presses. Oof. Where the hell have you been, Kent? Working on my suntan, Chief. Gentlemen, Lex Luthor, we have a warrant here for your arrest on charges of attempted murder and also crimes against humanity. Thank God. It's for my own good. I realize that. Put me away, boys, before I do something really terrible to Superman. Faster. Epilogue, Lois and Clark. Nice sense of drama. Can you believe he walked smiling into custody? He could wind up in the electric chair. Do you ever worry about death, Lois? I mean, I wonder what I'd do if I knew I was dying. And who's dying? Don't be so morbid, Clark. Anyway, a big country lumox like you, your skill for self-preservation is almost a superpower in itself. Whoops. Excuse me, sir. Clumsy idiot. Your boyfriend's an idiot. How dare you? And he's not my idiot. Why, thanks, Lois. I just don't know where my self-esteem would be without you. Alone, in front of the television. Thanks for carrying all this stuff, Clark. Lois, there was something I wanted to tell you, and if this is about the trial coverage, we can go over all that mañana. I have to fly, Clark. Lois, please stop talking just for 1 second. I have something to tell you. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. Not even in the description in the back does it really allude to the fact that this is a story about the death of Superman, not confused with the comic run The Death of Superman. But this is a Superman that is dying. Now, again, comics are some of my favorite, and I think this kind of articulates it beautifully. Because in this exchange, in these 3 panels alone, you are kind of exemplified the distinction between Clark and Superman. And what I think this does brilliantly, and that I don't really think many movie adaptations do, is sort of show the clumsiness of Clark as almost a deeply intentional thing, sort of to make sure that those lines are divided and that no one really can guess that he is in fact Superman. But you also see that he has such a great understanding of saving people and knowing what's to come. And he trips this man, which looks like a klutzy move, but in fact he is saving this man from something falling. I think that's absolutely brilliant. It distinguishes that he really does know what he's doing and that he is every step ahead. But of course, wow, coming out to Lois like this is going to change things. So that is issue 1. Let's go ahead and jump into issue 2. Interesting cover image. Episode 2, Superman's Forbidden Room. Clark Kent. Clark Kent. And you've always been Clark Kent. Sorry, I just don't believe you, Superman. Oh wow, that's good. What? And I don't care how many times he tries to convince me. I've been through this before. I've spent years trying to prove it, and now he's getting his own back with the cruelest trick he's ever played. He says Clark Kent is Superman after all, but I know he can't be. Okay, I'll go along with this, but there has better be a devastating punchline. What happened to the big golden key, the one you used to have? Didn't think it was secure enough. The new key to my fortress of solitude is right here. See? Oh wow. Good afternoon, Superman. Can we be of assistance? Afternoon, robots. Please bring Miss Lane's car into the garage and repair the slight damage to the engine block. I smelled a leak. So you and Batman nixed the Toy Man's plan to turn Gotham City into his own personal Disneyland of death. How is he? Batman? Great. You know Batman. Robin? Great kid. I always wondered if I should have taken a partner. You? No one could keep up. That key can't be safe, Superman. Unless I'm witnessing another one of your "there's more to this than meets the eye" moments. Well, try it if you like, Lois. But be careful. It's extremely heavy. It's made of super dense It's made of super dense dwarf star material and weighs 500,000 tons. I'm the only person on Earth who can lift it. And that's the way I like it. When you spend all day saving the world. You need somewhere quiet to relax. Wow. Is that the Joker? It's a Joker penny. Spaceship, his bots, and a chessboard with all the people: Jimmy, Perry, I'm gonna assume that's maybe Lex, Batman. Wow. Okay. Superman's Forbidden Room. Lois Lane, Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. And I don't know what to think about this. Does it have something to do with my birthday tomorrow? Is this where it all turns serious at last? Is this where Superman's girlfriend finally gets what she always wanted? When we're married 15 years, when I'm sagging and he looks just the same, will he still meet me and say things like, "These are for you. I picked them on Alpha Centauri 4. Or is he setting me up for another big joke? It may look like a modern art gallery, but it's actually the armory. Over the years, I've had to confiscate some of the galaxy's deadliest weapons of total destruction. There are things here that can hurt even me, like this kryptonite laser. Ouch. I hope none of your enemies ever find a way in here, Superman, or any art critics. Only my friends are allowed in here, Lois. I especially wanted you to see what I've been doing with the old place. No lasting ill effects from your bath in the heart of the sun, then. Never better. Let me show you my new time telescope. Imagine I was able to connect my successors and enlist their aid to help prevent threats before they even occurred. So far, I can only receive brief cryptic messages from the far future, but I'm working on it. That looks like Call Kent, the Man of Steel of tomorrow, Superman of the year 85,230 AD. We fought Solaris, the Tyrant Sun, again in the year 50,400. Cal Kent, huh? The fortress isn't a museum, Lois. It's a time capsule. One day, some future man or woman will open that door with that key. When they do, I want them to know how it felt to live at the dawn of the age of superheroes. The Phantom Zone map room's pretty dull unless you can see radio-negative anti-waves. But how about this critter? He's a baby sun-eater. I caught him prowling around the orbit of Jupiter. What do you feed him? Suns. What else? Miniature suns I create here on this cosmic anvil from New Olympus. Come to think of it, he's starting to look a little hungry, wouldn't you say? Look out, Lois. There you go, big fella. Bon appetit. But now we come to the part of the story of my life where things go wrong. It wasn't my fault the door was open. I know I wasn't supposed to see inside that weird room, but I did. It's not what you think. Lois, don't go in there. You can go anywhere in the fortress, but this room is off limits. Trust me. Come this way and let me show you my genetic library. I used Brainiac's shrinking ray to store the living samples of every threatened species within 100 light years in a single drawer. Report for repair, please, Robot 7. Okay. Time magazine, no less, calls me one of the finest investigative journalists in the country, if not the world. I eat secrets for breakfast. But in all my years of trying to prove Clark was your disguise, did I uncover even one shred of solid evidence? The answer is no. What are you wearing? Traditional Kryptonian formal wear from the Fourth Age. I made it myself. I didn't know you could sew. I thought I should learn. My trip to the sun did more than triple my strength, Lois. It tripled my curiosity, imagination, my creativity. And it's also made you 3 times more honest. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? Spare me the suspense, Superman. When do Clark and Jimmy and Perry pop out of the salt and pepper shakers and yell happy birthday? How about this? The menu is the actual one from the Titanic. I picked the ingredients and prepared it myself. Lois, please, I am Clark. Aren't you happy your suspicions were right all along? Why would I be happy? Anyway, what about the time Clark was a witness in the Boss Grimaldi trial and you recommended him everywhere as his bodyguard? Oh, and you accompanied him everywhere as his bodyguard. Batman was standing in for me. Or the time Clark presented you with the Metropolis Man of the Millennium Award? A robot. Please, I know how it might have seemed all those, but all those were all ruses to protect you. Clark and Superman are one and the same person. I swear I wouldn't lie to you. Don't swear, because if you were Clark, if Clark Kent was secretly Superman, or the other way around, whatever, if it was all a ruse, that would mean you'd been lying to me for years, wouldn't it? So why confide in me now, after all this time? I can't tell you why, Lois. You have to trust me. Wow. Said with such conviction. You're acting very strangely, Superman, and I'm not sure I like it. It was the first time I'd really seen our whole freakish relationship in stark black and white. And now I keep asking myself, what did this have to do with that creepy room he keeps disappearing into? Why would he lie to me? Mirror of truth, huh? These new powers, his new super intellect, what if they've really changed him? What if something's happened to his mind and he's brought me here to be a part of some awful experiment he's planning in that room? How would I know? can I tell her I only wanted us to have this time together because it may be our last? And you know what would be worse? What if he is telling the truth? How can I spoil her birthday with the news that I'm dying? What if there really was some part of him that was bumbling, fish Clark Kent? I just don't know if I could live with that. I have to be ready. I have to protect myself. I need a weapon, just in case something happens. Shh, anybody there? Come in. Hello? Cal Kent? No, am the unknown Superman of 4500 AD. It is terrible. Darkness is here. But ask 3 questions. Will Superman and I ever marry and have children? I need to know. The horrible answer is before you. Now, my question. Future must know. Great conundrum. Wait, what do you mean? Answer first. Reception poor. Here, listen carefully. Something wrong, Miss Lane? Would you like to come with us to Superman? Who was J. Lop? Miss Lane? I'm fine, seriously. I don't need any help, thank you. Gotcha. It's all making sense. Oh, future Superman. It's all making sense. What if that was really him transformed into a monster so awful he has to hide his face and lie about his identity? He knows, I know. He saw a vision of his own future in there. Superman, whatever he's become, whatever lurches out of that room, I have to be ready for it. And if he's brought me here to be the mother of a race of deformed superhuman horrors, he has to be stopped. God forgive me. Superman? He has to be stopped. Superman! Are you there? Ow. Superman, oh my God. What have I done? Interesting way to discover that I've become immune to green kryptonite radiation. Tickles. Mind if I just take that from you, Lois? Robot 7 has a data processing problem, it seems. He left the lab door open while I was synthesizing some alien chemicals. They can cause visual distortions and extreme paranoid reactions. But that awful room with the dissecting machine. Lois, shush. What you saw was a super sewing machine. It uses diamond-tipped needles to weave a light, indestructible thread. Sorry I kept disappearing, but I wanted to make your birthday present. And at 6 billion letters, it takes even me a long time to read and memorize an entire DNA code. What are you talking about? You almost spoiled my surprise, but I guess you can come in now. These new exo genes I've been making allow a human being to duplicate my powers for 24 hours. I was trying to keep it a secret, like that identity of mine. But this is for you. Happy birthday, Lois Lane. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is crazy. So what I think this second issue really does illustrate is this is far more a Lois-centric story, and one that is imbued with a lot of sadness. The melancholy of knowing that Superman Clark is really just trying to show almost like a history of his life to Lois before he inevitably passes, so we are under the impression at least. And he's wanting this to be almost like a memoir that he can bring her into. And she doesn't fully know what is real because obviously this is so overwhelming. It's just really, really brilliant. I love the back and forth. Wow, this is not what I was expecting whatsoever. Episode 3, Sweet Dreams, Superwoman. Go on, open it. What is it? My superpowers in liquid form. Happy birthday, Lois. You're serious? I get to be like you for a whole day. Bring it on. Metropolis. Kroll will eat you. That's my car. My new car. I'm writing a feature on that car. Put that down. Oh, that's right. Steve Lombard. You just go on ahead and attract the attention of an army of flesh-eating dinosaur men. God. That was Metropolis Skyport. Our ride to Poseidon's has been grounded. Poseidonis has been grounded due to giant talking lizards and scalding steam clouds in Midtown area. I should have known there was going to be trouble when Clark Kent wrangled his way out of this birthday party farce. I swear that man can smell trouble. Miss Grant, Mr. Lombard, I'm taking immediate steps. We don't need Superman, and if you ask me, Olsen, neither does Lois Lane. You tell me what a spaceman flying around in his underwear can give her that a good old hunk of prime American manhood can't. Beats me, Mr. L. Maybe you should ask her. Looks like Superman wasn't the only one who heard my alarm signal. Z. Is that woman out of her mind? This shouldn't take long, Lois. I'm sorry. The last thing I wanted on your birthday was a reptile invasion from the Earth's core. Are you kidding? I'd have felt cheated if there hadn't been monsters. Come on, show me how you do it. I may not have to. Someone just beat us to it. Kroll will eat your children. How about I give you something to chew on, ugly? Grah. Still hungry? And look who it is. Oh, I knew today was gonna be good. Just what I need. Yo-ho, Superman. Samson. Easy. He won't be bothering Metropolis again for a while. That's my feet taken care of. Feet? Have I missed something? Kroll's lungs just burst. Samson? Last we met, you were headed for the year 2061 to retrieve some treasure you'd hidden on Halley's Comet. Never mind me. Look at you. By Yahweh, I have fought the good fight across 3 galaxies and countless centuries, but I've never met a woman like you, Lois Lane. I mean that sincerely. And I'm sure my fellow super strong man would agree. My back. There's only one thing about this hellish century that could draw me here from my new Elysium. I swear by the everlasting snows of Olympus, Lois Lane, you're practically dripping allure in your clinging garment. Then surely haste the looks, the intellect, and now the skin of steel that Atlas demands from a woman. Yeah, only for 24 hours, Romeo. These are temporary superpowers. Superman made them for my birthday. Atlas, too. I might have known. Gentlemen, if you don't mind, the lady's with me. I did only offer compliments. Is she not deserving? How about we let the lady decide who she'd like to spend her day with, Superman? We propose a challenge of the ages. It's simple. Will each of us perform a super feat of strength in honor of Lois Lane? The most incredible feat wins her company. Wins my company? Single girls with brains, beauty, and super strength are rare in any century, Lois Lane. We heroes are always willing to go the extra furlong in our quest for the perfect mate. As you can see, I defeated Kroll, the dinosaur's son, on the eve of his war on Metropolis, and I subdued his army. These don't seem much. Oh, there doesn't seem much left for you to do, Superman. Let's get these would-be conquerors back to the center of the earth where they belong. My son will punished be for my son will punished be for crimes, yes. The sub-tyrannosaurii have feared and admired you, Superman. But Kroll speaks of him goaded be into attacks on Metropolis by man Samson. I see. Then allow me to deal with this dinosaur Tyranko. The descendants of dinosaurs who escaped extinction by burrowing to the center of the earth. Look at this. It's amazing. As amazing as these radioactive crown jewels I borrowed from the Ultra Sphinx back in the first dynasty of Adamhotep, both century BCP. Impressive. But I'd watch out, Lois. 238 uranium is lethal. Not when you're immune to all harm for 24 hours. Look, I'm genuinely flattered, guys, but you'd have to go a long way to outdo Superman. A night on the town with Superman can never rival the date of 1,000 lifetimes with time-traveling Samson. When you're in the passenger seat of my custom chronomobile, eternity's the limit. We'll dine al fresco on Triceratops bourguignon in the twilight of the Cretaceous era, then end the evening with drinks at the crucifixion. If I win your heart, I'll make the Titans kneel before you and harness 8 wild hippogriffs to draw our perfumed love chariot across the brave Empyrean. I'll crush raw diamonds in my mighty fist and squeeze from my fingers a sparkling wine fit for immortals. That's day 1. Lois, can we talk? Did you see the way she spied my belt buckle? But mine is bigger. I don't get it, Lois. I can't believe you're flirting with Samson and Atlas. Well, maybe I'm just teaching you a lesson. You know, after the creepy and ridiculous impersonation of Clark Kent that started all this, I wasn't impersonating Clark. I am Clark. Lois, why won't you believe me? Superman, please. We both know you'll win any contest these losers can dream up. It's my birthday. Have some fun. I don't like you much, Samson. Wherever you go, trouble follows. What do I have to do to make you keep your hands off my girl? I'm a time traveler, Superman. According to my sources, she won't be your girl for too much longer. Oh, shoot. In fact, it looks like she'll be needing a shoulder to cry on soon enough. All's fair in love and war. Damn. And we figure you'll soon be way too busy with your challenge to even think about dating. Forget it, Samson. Lois and I have an appointment in Poseidon's at 3:30 mid-Pacific time. What's going on, Atlas? Is this part of my birthday surprise? There was something we neglected to mention. The Ultra Sphinx. This monster has hounded us like a fury since we borrowed the jewels of Adam Hotep. Just before your death, it said you completed 12 super challenges, the stuff of legend. You created life, you escaped the underverse, you overthrew the tyrant sun, and you answered the unanswerable question. What? Superman, what is this? What? Okay, wait. Return, wrath. Return what was stolen and pay the price. Lois, no. Halt. She exists now in a condition, eye of eye, quantum uncertainty, neither alive nor dead. To answer correctly is life. Failure to answer correctly is death. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is my judgment. You two morons stole that necklace, didn't you? Well, we didn't mean for this to happen. Don't you understand? We couldn't fight the Ultra Sphinx without help, so we let it here. We tricked you, Superman, but I swear to living Zeus we meant no harm to Lois Lane. And I swear, too, if she dies, you're both on a one-way ticket to the Phantom Zone. Superman, if it goes wrong, if we have to fight, Atlas and I will stand by your side. We won't have to fight, and you know it. If you're right, I'll find an answer to his question, whatever it is. Let's hear it. Question. What happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object? How about this? They surrender. Response. Acceptable. Superman. I was alive and dead at the same time. Oh my god. It's okay, Lois. I got you. Let's go. We have a date at the bottom of the sea, remember? Wait a minute. What about our contest? That's hardly what you call a feat of strength, Superman. He's right. How about I wrestle you for her? Or is the mighty man of steel a coward after all? Even the S on his back is yellow. Okay, that's enough, both of you. We're agreed then? If I win, you get in Samson's chromobile and leave the 21st century right now. I'll be leaving with Lois Lane on my arm after I've defeated you, Superman. I only have one weakness. Scissors. You I can handle. Can't quite seem to get in a comfortable position. You can quit any time. Come on, fellas. Or would you like me to push? Oh, that's. Ah, my arm. Take him, Atlas. He's weakening. Singing to himself. Greek hero Atlas at Lois' party. Atlas scores. What a party. You know, I've always had an unanswered question of my own. Everybody can guess what Lois Lane sees in, you know, in you, but why me, Superman? Well, I guess there has to be one thing I just can't help, Lois. There's something I've wanted to do since the very first day we met. So fire. So fire. My birthday gift is starting to wear off big time. I can't smell the trees in Canada. I can't see all that gorgeous radio anymore. The stars have stopped singing like they used to. But I'll never have to put up with the annoying ZZZ of Jimmy Olsen's Superwatch as long as I live, and for that I'm grateful. I feel tired and I'm sore all over, Superman, like I've been dancing all night. But thanks for letting me live in your world for a day. My pleasure. I do other things besides being Superman. You do a really good Clark Kent impression. Almost had me fooled. Where, where, where's Clark? Today, anyway. Lois, I have a question for you, too. I've been meaning to ask it for a long time, but things kind of got in the way. Lois, will you... Lois? She's sleeping. Sweet dreams, Superwoman. Wow. Okay, so we have episode 4. However, I do think at the pace we are going, I think stopping it here, which is basically like halfway to the halfway point of what I thought we were going to stop at, I think is going to be the most beneficial. So splitting this up into parts, of course, is all kind of based off of how you feel about this series. If you aren't interested, if you don't really find it appealing, that's okay. It's all about trial and error and experimentation. I, for one, am in love with this. This is really showing a unique perspective of learning about a superhero in their last moments through what they decide to reveal to someone they consider to be their closest, Lois Lane. I am loving this. But of course, seeing where it goes is based off of how you feel. So please let me know. I would love to continue this. I would love to finish it, but it looks like we're going to have to break this up into about 3 or 4 parts. I am more than okay with that, though. We got a good amount done. I love this. So, my friends, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you'd like a part 2. Like, comment, subscribe. But above all else, please, my friends, remember to take life one frame at a time. I'll see you in the next video, everybody.